Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about the trade that I took, uh, which was a good one. It was definitely a good one, but one thing I wanted to say about trading gold is that it's very volatile and very erratic. So if you guys know in the Discord, we have a Discord, Trading Stoically Discord. Obviously my name is Trading Stoically, but my girlfriend, who is also a moderator on the Discord, her name is Trading Erratically. And I feel that if she starts trading and I teach her how to trade, I would teach her how to trade gold because it fits with her name a lot. So um, obviously you can see this V recovery right here, like that's insane. But we'll get into it. Trading gold has been really good these last couple of days. Um, we're on a I think it's a 5 day winning streak too, which has been awesome as well. Again, I'm not someone to feel like I'm God, where I'm like, okay, I know exactly what I'm doing or whatever, but I definitely feel like I've gained more confidence so far and we're taking really good trades. Um, but also too, the one thing that I want to mention as well is that my RR has been improving tremendously. So on this trade, we got $292, but I was only risking, in the end anyway, about $219, right? So obviously I want to be definitively wrong. Stop loss was placed at 975. I think if I had kept it tight, I would have been stopped out. So that would have sucked. But one thing that I've been learning about trading gold, but just trading in general, is just learning how to stay calm. Staying calm is a very underrated but important skill to learn whenever it comes to trading. There's so many times where you look at a candle and you're like, holy crap, like I should get out here. I should just take a quick loss or a break even trade. And you end up looking like 5 minutes later after you get out the trade and it's still going in your direction that you initially planned, that you originally had in your mind that would happen, right? So, for example, let's actually get into the trade now so I can kind of talk about that too. Here, start entering the trade at 923. So, first, what is the bias? The bias is range. So this is actually a really good example of myself trading a range. We opened here, so right here, we came back to that level. So up, down, right? At this point right here at 8 o'clock when I start trading, we're up already. So I'm actually waiting for us to hit value area lows. And you'll see right here where we're at, we are at value area lows, but then we actually start breaking prior to value area high on high volume. So again, I look at these levels too. Another thing that I've learned so far in the last few weeks is that these levels, even though it says priority value area high, it's really just a value area, right? So if we're coming from above it and we're coming down into it, it is an area of support. I hate priority point of control. I will always hate trading it. You never know which way things can go. But here, priority value area high, it's basically our support, right? So even though it was an expensive level in New York session, it can now be seen as a supporting level in Asian session, right? So this is where we're at right now. I ended up starting to take a trade here at 923. Why did I take a trade here? Honestly, my entry could have been a little bit better, but I did see two sell-in climaxes here. Boom, on high volume here. We're on an area of support, right? Prior day value area high in conjunction with value area lows as well. Um, So I did end up taking a trade as I thought we had based out and I thought we might continue higher, but I knew that it could come lower. I did actually end up adding a few more, so we only added one at that time. Added another one at 942. So we'll kind of skip till there as well, right? So you can see here how we're moving, starting to base up and higher. And then we did end up adding another one as well, right? As this kind of formed this mini support down here at 10-12, right? So this trade took a while. Um, and again, I had to be patient, but I also had to be calm too. It wasn't moving. Volume had dried up. It was very slow. Again, we were getting close to prior day point of control, which I absolutely hate. I didn't know if it hit my stop loss or not, which is about nine. I think it was about 974.6 actually. I wanted to give it a little bit more room to breathe. I wanted to be definitively wrong. But as we started to curve higher at this point, that's when I knew I could add one more, which is what I did. Um, we moved our stop loss up. One of the things I've been doing as well too is again, I need to be definitively wrong, but once we start transitioning to a point where the market structure is making more levels, then I'll move my stop loss up, right? So initially we were targeting 997 because that's where value area high was. I think that would have given me about $412 in profit, but I knew that value areas shift all the time. So this one had shifted down to 992. So I always like to go right before the value area level. So I was targeting 991 for a good place to be taken out for most of my position, three contracts. And then we had moved the stop up. Once we had this, I moved my stop up to here, right? So right below the low of the session so far. By doing that, I reduce my risk. My RR becomes positive, right? Which I've been trading a lot of negative RR trades, which isn't good. So my RR becomes positive as long as we hit that level. And we really have a good defined place to say, okay, if we're heading lower than this, we are wrong, right? So that was really good. Had to be patient though. And there was one candle that I believe we got to that really scared the bejesus out of me. And I was playing FIFA at the time, and I'm watching what's going on though, right? I'm kind of periodically watching. At this point, I'm like, okay, cool, we're only about 1 point away. I think we can get there. I just have to be patient and stay calm. Yes, we're on VWAP, so it's taking some time to kind of get there. But then, boom, this candle happens right here, and I just start seeing all of my profit evaporate. But one thing I kept on telling myself was, we have no reason to sell, so why sell? Right? Now, gold again is very erratic. There's no guarantee that this would have bounced like this, right? It could have easily have gone lower all the way back down to my stop loss. You have to be prepared for those things and you have to be able to accept those things, right? But I think stepping away from the charts, understanding that the market will move up and down, right? Um, is just allowing me to be calm and just allowing me to understand that there's no need to rush your decisions. A lot of times in life, we want to be proactive, but in trading, we need to be reactive, right? So at this point, when this happened, I reacted in a way that I was like, okay, I'm going to set my stop loss now at break even because of the fact that it wicked like this, I believe that we are still bullish and I believe that we'll still hit my target and we'll still hit value area high because that's a very bullish candle. However, if we start breaking this, I might take some off or I just might leave the whole position at break even and say, you know what, it was a scratch, it just didn't work and it went against me, right? So I reacted in that way. Thankfully, though, it did end up continuing higher. Again, still a lot of chop, but finally we got this really nice move. And you'll see here, we actually ended up selling at the top at the time anyway, before we had this huge drop down. Alexa, stop. Sorry, I'm not trying to. I don't think I'd get copyrighted for that, but I have no idea. Um, so it was a really good trade, and I really was doubtful. Again, I think I spoke about this earlier today in my video from yesterday when this drops. But there are times where I doubt my trades, right? We actually ended up catching at the bottom and hitting the top before this V recovery happened. So it's a good trade, but the reason why I doubted this was just because of the fact that, again, I'm just not used to trading in a range. I'm not used to trading like bottoms and tops, essentially, right? The only reason why we aimed up here instead of up here was, again, value area highs. We bought down here. Why? Because of value area low, discount and premium, right? Um, and I think volume profile is actually really good at being able to trade a range. And I think that actually helped me today in being able to decipher, okay, this is where people would want to buy because it's a really nice level, and then this is where people would want to sell. So, yeah, good trade overall. I'm very happy about it. I'm glad that I don't know why that is. I swear I thought that was prior day value area high, but I don't know where it went. Let me just delete this real quick. Yeah, I don't know where my yeah, it actually moved it. That's so weird. Anyway, it was a good trade. Happy with it. We are on a good winning streak as well. Like I said earlier in the beginning, we've been trading really well. We've won 5 days in a row now. I can actually take a $300 payout or close to it, which is really nice. The max loss limit as well, again, is above $2,000. I love to see that. It'll reset tomorrow. But the fact that we're actually at this point after being in drawdown for so long, only having $500 left and now being pretty much $600 up, um, is a good feeling. So again, I don't want to get complacent. It's good to win, right? But it's never one of those things where it's like, I know exactly what I'm doing. I'm trading perfectly. I'm gonna have a 10K month. It's not anything like that, but it's just one of those things where it's like we're slowly building confidence. We're slowly understanding exactly what we need to do when we come into the market and trade. And something I was thinking about too, I'll end on this. I'm really finding trading like not that like not saying that's not important, but it's really not like I guess you could say exciting, but that's not really the word I'm looking for. But like I come into the market and I'm like, all right, I just need to wait for it to hit this level and then we can see if we can take something. Like I actually thought I wasn't going to be able to take a trade today, right? Because I was like, if it doesn't react well at these value areas, then I'm not going to take a trade. Again, this should be value area high. I don't know where that went. Trading view is just acting up. But I knew that if it didn't react well at this level, I'm not taking a trade today. Again, I was looking at MNQ as well. I didn't take a trade there just because I didn't have faith in the bearish trend. It did actually end up reversing too. But trading gold, a lot of times, if I take a trade in one, then I just delete the tabs of the other. But trading has just been one of those things where I'm just like, eh, it's it's just been whatever now. I think especially in September too, like I wanted to have another month of the payout and I wanted to make sure that I knew like, okay, I'm a good trader, I'm profitable, blah blah blah. That it kind of just overwhelmed me, and you can see in this third week as well how that happened. But now I'm just kind of like, just stick with the process, focus on the process. The results will come. Take your trades appropriately, have a good RR. Like don't be greedy, things like that. And it's like it's coming off more. I'm not coming into the market excited to trade. I'm not coming into the market like, oh, I need to make money. You know, and I've talked about that in previous videos too, how Stephanie having a job has really helped with that. Um, but yeah, it's just one of those things I understand that I need to do better. But anyway, I'm gonna end this video because my rabbit is chewing on some shoes. Hopefully you guys are doing well. Hopefully you guys are trading well. And yeah, keep trading stoically. I believe gold was erratic today, and so is this video. I'll see you guys in the next one.